Come on, you can do it. It says we're live.
Yeah, lies.
All right, do your thing.
If you want to keep the heat and or cool on here, it being allegedly fall in North Texas, donate here. If you like coffee, contact these folks. Let them know you heard about it here. Coffee is good. We like coffee. She's stealing my shaving cheese.
Putting cheese on the cards would not be good.
Well, at least now I'm not tempted anymore.
Still,
I
still
understand the problem now.
And yes, it's still cold. And no, I'm not wearing a Hawaiian shirt. Screw it.
Ooh.
They don't do long sleeve Hawaiians.
I have a problem with determining ambient temperatures. So
Ben has a question about whether or not a package arrived. Mm-hmm.
did you sign the package? If you didn't sign the package, we don't know if a package arrived.
Well,
Sign your packages, folks.
a package
It's a secret.
did arrive.
We did get a package with decoder rings in it.
So
Oh,
we will
that's what
have to
these are.
decode these things. This.
Decoder rings. I don't know why we have a package of decoder rings. I'm not sure. I want to know why.
Clearly, you were not watching the Three Moms broadcast because we decided Rack and Crest need decoder rings. So
Secret.
Ben sends the Three Moms hello. He's definitely winning. So we have two packages now. So
We have two.
Do that pose.
well, there's the blue and the red ones.
Oh,
Okay,
blue ones and red ones,
there
apparently.
we go. Why is this not? There we go.
So the girls are going to take all the red ones.
They can have
Yeah.
decoder rings. Like,
Did you want a red one, Jim? Because I'll let you have a red one.
No.
there's plenty of red ones over here. So Pinup Noir comes out tomorrow. Let your people know we sell books.
Yeah.
Because it's cold. Also, somebody on here, I saw a flash by somebody was griping about how plain the long sleeve shirts are.
No.
I discovered a company that sells brighter than normal flannels.
Oh dear.
Yes.
Oh, I have seen some really nice, almost like day glow plaids.
Yes.
Granted, those are usually female cut, but
The one I saw was oh shit orange and toxic green. It's
Oh,
like,
good.
yes.
And Jonna, the question for you is, are you ready for Dickens Days?
I'm
I'm
not
gonna
going
duck.
to Dickens Days. I'm going to Dickens Fair.
Dickens Fair.
two
And she's
different
working
things.
on it.
Mhm. I was just answering in the chat.
Oh,
So it's a day already.
Yeah. we do have one book to announce, or one.
Oh, Steve Diamond.
Steve Diamond is reissuing
Yay.
his Jack Bishop series.
Sweet.
And these are updated, re-edited, and new covers. And the first one is up, called Residue, is up right now for Kindle.
I don't see a shark on that cover.
Yeah, I don't know. So anyway,
The internet is being squirrely today.
yep.
In other news, internet's being squirrely.
I bought a book the other day out of spite.
Yeah, okay.
There was a 1-star review, and it sold me on this book because we met. They were doing a test on Sanford, and we wound up having a chat with the technician that was doing the test. And she was telling us about her friend that has been writing science fiction and fantasy for many years. So I looked this lady up, Jennifer Roberson, on Amazon.
That name sounds familiar.
And the Chesuli series, the book 1, there is a 1-star review that says, "Not for progressive women," and then it goes on and on about how the book was written in the 1980s, and that might have been considered progressive now, but it's absolutely horrible. And I was like, all right, I'm buying this.
If I remember right,
Isn't
I
that?
think,
Roberson.
Oh, Robertson.
I think I remember getting the first one. I got pissed off at the second one.
It's a shapeshifter thing.
It's a retelling of Lessa of Pern, except with werewolves.
I haven't. I did buy it just to spite that 1-star review that was given in 2012, and I was like, "Lady."
I remember reading the first one and then getting the second one and getting pissed off of the second one and walling it. So
I am warned.
yeah,
But-
well, the first one was in the barracks, and I read the first one in the barracks.
It came out in 1984, so I suspect that you'd have a different reaction to it now for whatever reason.
It's
Yeah.
possible. I mean, that's the other thing too. Is that
And
there's
Rick bought it too.
yeah.
Spike
I-
purchase.
I think there were several of us that did spite purchases. So this lady will have a very confused moment of what was that burst of sales about?
Oh, yeah, it's
We were positing the idea of doing spite anthologies.
Yes,
Or
and
book
spite
recommendations.
publishing. Well, because there's a bunch of authors who've been dumped like a hot potato by traditional publishing.
come to me.
When we met Christopher Seychef not too long before he passed, his son was helping him
Yeah.
republish all of his stuff because he'd been dropped like a decade before, because he has he was a devout Catholic, and he had religion in his stuff and traditional family values in his writing. And so he got to the point, because he was an old white male and not espousing the things that they wanted him to, they no longer were willing to publish any of his stuff.
Come to me. I will publish your
Okay,
stuff.
what was the title of the book?
It's book one of the Cheysuli series. It's
Cheysuli
called
Saga.
Shapeshifters.
Spell that.
CAEYSULI.
Yeah, just on the I. CHEYSULI. And I think the first book is called Shapeshifter or Shape Changer.
Yeah. I got the first one, I think, in the barracks, and I liked it. And then I
Something
found the
about the
second one
second
in the
one
library, and I
ticked
think
you
it
off.
was Noble and Stupid, which pisses me off.
Mm.
People,
I think I do remember reading that
It's
too.
not our internet, it's YouTube today.
It's
Oh,
YouTube. Oh,
yeah.
well.
It's YouTube today.
YouTube hates me.
Yeah, I've been uploading short videos to YouTube, and it hasn't been a big deal, but haven't done anything longer than about 15 minutes.
Yeah.
So I know, and I haven't been doing lives for a while.
So I'm a big fan of Blue Fox, Green Fox,
Mhm.
and they've got one where the Blue Fox, he's looking through the fox's trunk, and said, "There's one last thing here. What's this?" It's a piece of paper, says spite. Yes,
A
Yes.
spite gets things done.
yes, it does.
Yeah, I love the idea of publishing distinguished older
Sure.
authors that the traditional publishing won't touch anymore because,
They're idiots.
yeah,
Yeah.
If,
Here,
if
let me finish that sentence for you.
if traditional publishing wants to turn that money down, who am I to get in their way? I hate to do the Napoleonic thing and say never interrupt your enemy, always make a mistake.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But if they want to make a mistake of turning down money, okay.
And Wally says, November prompt. Fox in a lemon yellow suit, arms outstretched, beckoning off.
Why lemon yellow?
Because it's the color of the day. We're doing Qvember for
Oh.
art, and today's color is lemon yellow.
Oh, okay.
Yesterday's color was chartreuse yellow.
Oh, jeez.
Wow. All right. Then.
Okay. I've been watching a back and forth in one of the writers groups that I no longer associate with, but I'm still, for some reason,
Quietly in there lurking.
Lurking.
lurking, yes. And they're going back and forth about AIs.
Mm.
And apparently some of the people actually use AI to assist in their writing.
Yeah, there's a lot of
Racist.
there's a lot of people that are doing that
Yeah.
for whatever reason.
And I'm sitting there laughing because they're going back and forth about, Well, should I admit that I'm using it or not? You know, and
Depending on how much editing they're doing, it will be fairly obvious that
Yeah.
they're using it.
oh yeah,
The passive voice
Yeah.
blog, I really like that one, and I follow
Yes.
it, read it. He did an experiment with basically the opening of like a spy thriller
Yeah.
novel, and had ChatGPT do 3 different starts on that. And I was reading it, and I'm like, this would pass for like a James Patterson novel because I have no great opinion of James Patterson.
James Patterson just has carbon-based AI.
yeah. Sean says, obviously women are behind Hugh Vember. If it had been men, would have created Hugh Week and used all 7 colors. Yep.
That thought did cross my
I
mind.
can't say I
Yeah.
disagree.
See, this was today's lemon yellow for me.
It's definitely yellow.
Oh, geez. Yes.
That's yellow.
My
Yeah.
lemon yellow is a wedding dress.
Yours is really pretty. Mine was because
Yours is
I'm
funny.
because I've been illustrating for George MacDonald's book, so hobgoblins.
Oh,
Okay, so Pinup Noir comes out tomorrow. Y'all need to buy it, please. What else we got going on? We're about to lose John and Courtney off to 20 books to 50K.
Yeah.
In Vegas, they'll be heading up there.
Mhm.
I believe with Wally, right?
Yep.
So Wally will be there, and then
And his lovely wife.
And
with his lovely wife.
Yep.
And then Courtney will come back from there, but Jonna goes on to San Francisco for the next 2 months.
Yep.
Basically, I think we get her back in time for Christmas.
December 20th.
Yeah.
December 20th, or as I like to say it, acquittalversary.
Yeah, that's right. It'll be a year for you.
Yep.
Then.
My first
Yeah.
year acquittalversary.
That was a great Christmas present.
Yeah.
Wasn't it though?
What is the difference between hobgoblins and goblins?
It really depends because it's kind of an interchangeable term.
Yeah.
Which mythos are you using?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, even the George MacDonald. So I'm reading aloud The Princess and the Goblin for my sister, and I'm recording it. I'm illustrating it and putting it on YouTube. And when he's introducing the concept of the goblins, he talks about how they're goblins, gremlins, or kobolds.
Yeah.
And it really depends on the language and the mythos that you're referencing, which one is which.
Yeah.
Kobolds are out of Wales, I think. No, Germany.
Germany.
And it's goblins who live in mines.
Mm-hmm.
That's where the element cobalt,
Yeah.
the name comes from.
Yeah, and that's exactly The Princess and the Goblin is set in mines,
Yeah.
basically. And the young miner Curdy, who's the hero of the story, is he's a miner and from a family of miners, which is the song I have to decide if I'm going to recite like poetry or actually sing when I record it.
Jonna tends to peg as a non-combatant.
I love those.
However, she
Then
has
those
other
scissors come out.
capabilities.
Shaving cheese. Shaving cheese is good. Don't diss my shaving cheese.
It's perfectly safe over here because I won't touch it.
It's generic.
It's not cheese anyway. Who cares if it's
It's-
generic?
It's cheese-like food, and I'm not even sure about the food part.
It is a cheese adjacent food substance. Overseas, this is about the only cheese that made it. So until I was about 16, I thought this is what cheese tasted like.
Cheese adjacent food substance makes me think of one of those things that would be dispensed on a spaceship that's recycled from God knows what.
Michael says cobalt ore was called that because it was obviously cursed by the kobolds to be useless. Yeah. You know, the amount of stuff that
Cobalt is toxic as heck.
Yeah.
And other things.
But it makes such beautiful blue glazes on pottery.
Yeah.
And if you get enough child slaves, it makes damn fine battery components for your electric vehicle.
Yes,
Yeah.
that too. But
it's amazing the amount of stuff that's in tailings that
Mhm.
people going back meaning
Well, yeah.
that is now worth more than the original stuff they ever took out of the mine to start with,
Right.
especially.
hmm Yeah, my first exposure to cobalt was my grandfather was a potter, and he had one room where he mixed glazes, and
Yeah.
I wasn't supposed to spend much time in there, and I wasn't supposed to be in there at all if he was mixing. He used a full respirator because
Yeah.
he made a beautiful cobalt blue glaze
with cobalt dust.
with cobalt dust.
Yeah.
I guess they're talking smack about my shaving cheese, aren't they?
Yeah.
I don't care. I'm happy I have shaving cheese.
Like
If it
Greg's
makes you happy.
restaurant labeled food as its former living things. Yes.
I love the internet meme going around of a steak in a package with a label that said, humanely raised but occasionally subjected to verbal abuse.
Yeah.
Any livestock, realistically.
Yes.
Occasionally?
Like every friggin' day. Especially when the son of a bitch runs into the side of the truck trying to get to the
Or
Sweet food.
tries to chase down the horse.
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, Sean, there's a lot of that going on in Nevada right now. And
a lot of what going on in Nevada.
the
Tailings
reprocessing
Oh, right.
of the
Okay,
tailings,
Okay.
Nevada, and damn it, I just lost where the other place was. I want to say Arizona, where they mined a lot of copper.
hmm
I did security at a copper refinery up in Amarillo, Sarko. Did on the security detail up there. I didn't realize that a copper refinery needed security detail until I saw how much gold and silver they took out of the copper ore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I thought I was getting woefully underpaid.
Probably
Yeah, you were.
Yeah. Yeah, my dad worked. There's a big silver mine on Admiralty Island up in southeast Alaska.
Yeah.
And he worked there as a medic and got paid really well for the time and place.
Yeah.
Because it was all underground and not a very comfortable working situation, from what he said.
Yeah.
Mines usually aren't.
No.
About this.
Sean, I'm not sure. That was another one. Yeah, I hadn't thought about that. Reprocessing the uranium tailings at Moab. But that's more for safety than anything else.
I'm not sure I want to go anywhere near uranium's tailings.
Yeah.
Well, they're pulling quite a bit out of it.
hmm
Yeah. That's why I don't want to go near there.
Yeah.
Why does this stick of cinnamon? Why can't I take a good picture of a stick of cinnamon?
Yeah. Yeah, the lithium mine in Nevada, Nevada and Wyoming, I don't think will ever open. Yeah, Big John comes to mind. Yes, true.
There was a lithium mine in Nevada?
They have found a huge deposit of lithium that is in Nevada, Wyoming, and somewhere else.
Oh, wow.
Across a band.
But that is a nasty, nasty stuff to mine. So.
And it's estimated to be the largest deposit in the world.
So, of course, we won't touch it because we prefer to have our child slaves dig for it in Africa.
hmm
Or the Uyghurs in
Yeah.
China dig for it rather than
Yeah.
Yep.
Americans. Yeah, I'm going there.
Mhm.
It's all very well to be environmentally conscious if all your environmental damage you're having done is done by somebody else somewhere else.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, that's a good one too. The old Fiesta ware, the orange stuff,
Yeah.
was radioactive.
Yeah, it was.
Well, uranium glass. I'm pretty sure John has got a few pieces back there.
Rita's had some of the uranium stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's really lovely. And yes, it will react to a Geiger counter. And no, it will not hurt you.
Yeah.
So does a banana.
That's an odd one, but yes,
Yes.
bananas are radioactive.
hmm
Banana equivalent dose is a thing. Oh, speak of the devil.
She's gonna.
And here
come
she
straight.
comes with one.
Yeah, I have a set of 9
so cool.
hand cut uranium glass goblets,
Victorian era. And they are
Victorian era, and they're absolutely
beautiful.
perfect. They have no damage at all hand blown. On my eBay store.
Yep, they're available if someone wants
Available
to
So
buy
go
them.
buy it.
Available for sale.
And I think they're on sale right now too.
They're on sale right now.
Yes.
So,
Get them out of here.
Mm.
I have enough Rodigans in my life.
It's amazing the stuff that is actually radioactive that, when people are freaking, I got a ration of crap back before the Russians discovered my blog. I got a ration of crap during the Fukushima thing because I brought up banana equivalent dose.
Yeah.
And I got a ration of crap. Then I brought up the fact that, do you live in a brick house? Guess what?
You're radioactive. Yeah.
Do you live in Denver? Guess what? And people, when people don't understand a subject as bad as most Americans do not understand radioactivity,
Yeah.
it gets spicy.
Well, I flew over. I was in Japan 3 days after Fukushima, and I got more radiation flying over there than I did while I was there. And I was talking to the people that were there doing the testing, and they're going, "Yeah,
It's like a whole bunch of Americans have strings up their butts.
Yeah.
And you pull it, and as the string winds back, radiation bad, radiation bad.
yeah."
Oh my God, it's a nuclear plant.
Well, and all
And
the
then you pull the string
idiots
again.
that were taking the iodine pills, which did them more damage than the actual radiation did. But that was typical of California, Oregon, and Washington. Oh my God, we're going to die. Take these pills.
You hear radiation, people immediately think the bit's going to fall off.
Yeah.
Well, you
Some of
can't
them,
be
I
the
wish the
Toxic
hell they
Avenger
would.
Without taking a few problems. Sorry.
Do what?
Say that again.
You can't be the Toxic Avenger without,
Issues.
Courtney.
What?
Jesus.
We need superheroes somehow.
Go
We're
in
not
and
getting
get-
them the regular way. So
I'm not answering that. You shall not speak upon this subject. No, it's banana equivalent dose is a thing. You do, bananas are radioactive, bricks are radioactive. All these fancy granite countertops. Guess what?
They're radioactive. Yeah.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Yeah.
You pull a string, does it wind back up? Radiation bad, radiation bad.
Yeah, Greg, I wouldn't hazard a guess on the dosimeter. They lost their tiny friggin' minds.
What's
at
that?
that.
It's actually going to entirely depend on who provided the dosimeter.
Well, this was a government dosimeter.
Again, who provided the dosimeter? Because the dosimeters, it's photographic film.
Yeah.
And there aren't really any very good standards or weren't back in the 80s for dosimeters. It was film and plastic. And you get some from the Russians or the Soviet Union that were pre-exposed.
Oh no.
Oh, yes.
Well, this one came from the submarine force, so it was
Probably stored
Pre-exposed.
in a snot locker right next to the reactor. Here's your dosimeter. It's already black. Well, it was
Yeah.
beside your reactor, but you
Yeah.
got to wear one.
Ow. Somebody wore a dosimeter to their radiation therapy.
Yeah.
Oh,
But that's if you leave, if you're waiting for if your radiation control officer has your dosimeter in the brick basement of the lab and brings it up and hands it to you, it's going to be a little bit pre-dosed.
yeah. And Rick says, yeah, they were, even in the 80s, they were past film badges.
Oh, sweet. I'm not an expert on dosimeters.
Gave nuke power a seriously bad name. Yeah. Instant read dosimeters are reset before issue. Yeah.
I'll
Yeah,
take
they
your word for it.
definitely did not want to let me through TSA with one of those on. Read Pravda by the light of the mackerel from the Volga River. Ow.
What?
Oh,
It's like the man's an author or something.
yeah.
Okay. We've done banana equivalent dose, which is a weird cross between the normal food swerve we take and
Banana for scale.
Yeah. Well, we could talk about microwaves.
one right over there.
Yep. A man of radar. It's all the hell it is.
Always was.
I'll tell you what, though, when you stick your hand up there to grab that damn metal jug of coffee off the front of the airplane after they've radiated it a few times. That
Don't.
some bitch is hot.
Don't. Let's see here. What else we got? We've done the
No,
weather.
microwaves aren't ionizing radiation. They just cook you from the inside out.
Done the weather. We've done dosimeters. We've done bananas.
Yeah, library anthology status.
Hey, status?
Shit. I don't know. I haven't talked to her today.
Okay.
Okay.
I have been drug into beta reading a couple of folks' stories.
Not me.
No, but
I'm just here to drink my Pepsi on that one.
I actually have to sit and pay attention to what I'm doing on those, which is meaning
Oh,
I'm not
yeah.
getting much writing done.
Well, I finished a novella and then published it on Halloween.
Yeah.
So,
You did.
And it's a neat little story.
Thank
It is.
you. Yeah, I know I have at least, I've got at least the one reviewer that has mentioned that they don't like that I don't resolve the mysteries, but realistically, any resolution to that particular mystery in that novella isn't going to happen for years. So
Yeah.
I may come back to it in a later story.
Yeah.
But I readers want things that I'm not willing to. I mean, if you have a law enforcement investigation, even if you know where the bodies are,
Yeah.
taking that from, okay, we know where they are, to actually getting them and then identifying them or working out
Yeah.
any kind of, that takes a long freaking time.
Yeah.
Depends if the national media and or politicians get involved.
Right. Which, I mean, I wrapped it up before any of that would have happened. So I can't give the readers the nice, tidy little, here's all the answers
Yeah.
that they were hoping for.
Well, and I think part of that is a fault of the instant gratification that these generations now expect.
Well, I mean, you watch the CSI shows and everything's solved in an hour.
Oh yeah.
And I
Yeah, they
decided,
push a button on the microwave and they get their PCR response back in 30 seconds.
Yeah.
which is not how it works, because I was
No.
a PCR technician. That
Damn
is
sure
not how that works.
It never works that way.
Well, first of all, sample prep alone takes
Yeah.
however many
I need
hours.
a DNA
usually-
check on this skin fragment. Ding!
Yeah.
It's a 9% match. Bullshit, 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 bullshit.
Right. Right.
Our
so
case
so many
says-
things wrong with that.
Involved in an espionage investigation for 29 years.
Mm-hmm.
Couldn't put the final nail in the coffin, and then the son of a bitch died. You know?
And God put the final nail in the coffin.
Yeah.
Right. Well, and that's my thing is I decided when I started writing this particular little series that there would be mysteries and there would be solutions of a sort, but that I was going to keep it realistic.
Yeah.
Because the reality is that with a lot of the cozy mysteries that are all the rage, and I may wind up writing a few cozy mysteries
Yeah.
just for grins and giggles, but mine aren't going to have the civilian get to know all the ins and outs of the police investigation, because that's not how that works
Nope.
Yeah.
No, it is not.
for good and sufficient reasons.
Rick
one of
says,
the reasons I refuse to watch police procedurals.
yeah,
Mhm.
Rick says your story expanded the backstory of the main characters,
Mhm.
appropriate for a novella. Yeah.
which is what I was trying to do. I don't know that I'll ever write a novel in that world.
Yeah.
It may be always shorts and novellas.
Nothing wrong with that.
because it's just the way that character works for me. So
Yep.
I'm just happy to be writing again after the last couple of years of massive stress, dysfunction.
Shaving cheese.
Ow, Sean. Yeah, your microwave blew up. Microwave popcorn 40 seconds, and there was a cracking sound, and his fillings were all hurting. Yes, your microwave blew up.
Oh.
Throw it in the junk.
Uh-huh.
It's done.
Microwaves are not that expensive.
Nope.
Depending. I mean, if you want the big, huge, goes over the range microwave, those are expensive. But
Or if
just
you buy a KitchenAid, which is like $700 for the cheap one.
Yeah. But we moved into the house, there wasn't one.
Yeah.
And I had bought a little one for like $100. And
Yeah.
it wasn't a little one, because the one over here is littler than the one I bought. but still, it was $100. And
Yeah.
it was working just fine.
Wally says the magic radioactive smoke has escaped. Yeah.
Worse than the regular magic smoke.
Yeah.
Less visible, which is scarier.
Yeah.
So what else we got?
Oh, Tom says house had an oven and a microwave in the wall. $3,000 to replace them. Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
I've been to Tom's house. That is a nice house.
Is day 2 of NaNoWriMo?
Yes.
Day 2 of NaNoWriMo.
So NaNoWriMo itself, the organization,
Oh,
has,
the national thing.
has
Okay.
taken a hard turn, and I chose not to follow it down that road.
Hmm.
But I'm still doing the daily words this month to try and get at least 50,000 words written this month. And a bunch of us are doing the same thing where we're not necessarily doing the full. That is indeed what I was trying not to say out loud.
Wow. You'd think
Oh,
with
damn, Brennan, 610s. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're going to be working hard, my friend.
put away the OT for the kid.
Yeah.
By the way, saw the latest pictures of Sproglet. Congratulations.
Those fuzzy little black and whites are so awesome.
Yeah. And all the squirming.
Uh-huh.
The head's still and the rest of the body is a.
Because baby.
Gentle hugs to Miss Emma, because good
Yeah.
Lord.
Well, the problem is that poor Miss Emma, he's working far enough away from home that he can't get home every night.
Yeah.
So they're putting him up, and she's not going to see him for like 2 weeks at a go.
Yeah.
Because young and must work hard. So when the baby comes, he gets to reap those rewards.
Damn, this is a nice Pepsi.
Yeah.
Now,
Yes, Winkle Red. Some of the cars built in Europe that were not for U.S. market did have little quirks, shall we say.
Corks.
I
yeah.
saw a picture the other
It's a
day
fancy
of a
word
little.
for death trap.
I think it's a little Japanese truck parked in someone had brought it here to the U.S. and I don't know that it was road legal, but it was parked in a regular size parking space and looked like a toy.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's super cute.
What is interesting is to be waiting to catch the bus back to the hotel from out in town in some of these
That's a sad.
outlying places. And buses in Japan come in all sizes, from mini or micro bus
Mm-hmm.
to minibus.
Must not make comment. Must not make comment.
Go ahead.
Nope.
Are we talking about skirt lengths here?
Damn near.
Keep going.
I mean, the micro bus
Mm-hmm.
could basically fit two people in it, a driver and somebody in the back.
Almost doesn't qualify as a bus.
No, it's still bus shaped. And it pulled up to the bus stop.
Mm-hmm.
And then there was the minibus, which on a good day would hold 3 Japanese,
So the driver and one American.
or a driver and 1 American, yes. And then there was the short bus, which could hold about 6
And
or 8
resistance
Japanese.
is only so strong.
Yeah. And then there was the mid-sized bus, which was the normal in-town bus. And then there was the big bus. And I'm sitting there waiting for the bus back to the hotel. And I'm watching these things cycle through.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, shit, that's every size there is over here. But that's the way they do it.
Mm-hmm. When I think of buses in Japan, I always get the Totoro, the cat bus.
Yeah.
Because you haven't seen that? The man has a hole in his education.
He does indeed.
Studio Ghibli. It's a children's movie, but it's got layers.
Most Studio Ghibli, they did.
This
have
one,
layers.
this one is not the kind of layers like Night of the Fireflies, because that one will make you bawl like a baby.
I
Totoro is sweet.
Totoro is adorable.
Was Studio Ghibli the one that did the Lord of the Rings
No.
rotoscope?
No,
Did they do the entirely animated Hobbit?
no.
Because my drill sergeant, I had a drill sergeant Stevenson, who our entire 16 weeks of basic training attempted to turn where there's a whip, there's a way into a cadence.
Okay.
Ralph Bakshi.
Where there's a whip, there's a way. Doesn't make a good army cadence, but he tried.
Yeah.
The man tried. He put work in on that one.
Persistence.
Or Rankin Bass.
Yeah, Rankin Bass sounds probably
Yeah.
right. I'm vaguely
Yeah.
familiar with the animated versions, but I don't think I've actually seen them. The Studio Ghibli stuff that I have seen is being because my children decided that I absolutely must, and they were not wrong. I mean, there's Kiki's Delivery Service, which is about a little witch learning how to fly, and her little black cat. It's adorable. Howl's Moving Castle, which is adapted from
I've
a
heard of that one.
Diana Wynne Jones book.
Mhm.
My Neighbor Totoro. Ponyo is really preschoolers.
It is, but it's adorable.
Yeah, and Spirited Away, which is
Mhm.
weird.
Very.
Night of the Fireflies, which will make you cry like a baby.
Mhm. Lost in the Valley of the Wind is gorgeous.
Matt said Rankin Bass has The Hobbit only.
Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Anyway, they had some great songs in there that
Okay, so that's a thing because the George MacDonald book has songs in it, and I was talking about the fact that modern writers don't put songs like that in their books, not even children's books.
they're terrified of being sued.
Yeah.
That's the thing, though. Tolkien and MacDonald weren't using somebody else's songs.
No,
They had been trained how to write poetry in
Mhm.
school because everybody was.
because they were OGs in school.
So they wrote poetry into their books. And nobody's trained in writing poetry anymore. So we don't get songs in our books or
Yeah,
army
I'm okay.
cadences.
I'm okay with that.
I mean, I think army cadences would be amusing, but
Yeah. Raptor said the guy he went to college with used the SpongeBob SquarePants theme song as a cadence. Drove his drill sergeants
it
insane.
would work.
It would work.
Oh
Have
no.
you guys seen the metal concert with SpongeBob?
No.
I have to hope.
I think
Casey
you're going to
Azell-
get educated again.
That sounds like it.
Casey Azell found out that I had not heard Leo Moracoli doing the Baby Shark song. So she played it for me.
Oh.
Oh my god.
It is something. So Leo Moracoli does metal.
Yeah.
And the Baby Shark song is one of those annoying baby songs.
I don't know
So
that
it's
I've
a
ever
metal
heard the
baby
Baby Shark.
song.
I don't know that I've ever heard the Baby Shark song.
Baby
Don't-
Shark.
nope, nope, nope.
Baby shark, doo, 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 baby.
No. I do not want that damn thing in my head again.
I knew as soon as I said that, you have done fucked up.
That's all there is to it.
Literally, it's one of those songs that just doesn't end.
Yeah. Army cadence, Marine cadence. Yeah. They are
Campfire
truly an
songs.
art form.
Yeah, they are. They
How
wouldn't teach us the dirty ones. in
yeah,
Cinema
how
Patrol.
you can offend the maximum number of people in a simple call and rote response.
Yeah, they wouldn't teach us, but somehow.
There was a crap ton of kids we couldn't call anymore. From Columbus, you son of a bitch, to not.
Mm.
Yeah.
And I like that one.
Wally says, quick, sing Mambo number 5 to cancel it out.
Trying to remember the one about the cabin boy.
I can't even remember any that I can say.
Some of them will get you banned from YouTube.
Oh, yeah. In a heartbeat.
The one about the cabin boy, and that wasn't the one about the verse about the cabin boy wasn't the worst one, and it's still just not good.
Yeah.
There was at some point circulating a cassette tape of cadences, and I was told that there was a book of cadences, but my guess would be that neither of those had the worst of them on it.
No, because they are hand-me-downs.
Uh-huh. Oral tradition and history that has been wiped out.
Here's a little cabin boy, the plucky little nipper. Yeah.
Where he reamed his ass, the broken glass, and circumcised the skipper.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
All right then.
And that wasn't the worst of the
No.
verses.
No, I thought I heard
No.
most of them.
We have educated Courtney.
Well done.
Yeah, and that is the polite version. Oh God.
Yep. And boy, we could make that one verse echo off the brick
Yeah.
facade of HQ. And then all of a sudden, in the middle of Basic Training, we couldn't sing that one anymore.
Have a good one, David. Buggery and the Lash. Yes.
Yes.
Rum, Buggery, and the Lash. That would be the Royal Navy.
Yep.
Rum, Buggery, and the Lash.
You have to include the rum. The others aren't as fun without it.
Dark humor. That's our happy
Oh.
place. Dark humor.
Not sure about happy, but that's a place.
Rick, they kept the rum. We're not sure what else they kept. Brian says, after working circus for several years, I have Baby Shark burned into my brain.
We had, when I worked at King Supers, we had stuffed animals that if you squish them would play Baby Shark.
Oh no.
And then as their batteries ran out,
Oh
it
no.
would get very creepy.
That's creepy anyway.
So hitting it like at 1 o'clock in the morning behind the guys working.
That's savage.
We were practicing demoing of the destruction of friendly forest property, which involves and M14 TH3 thermate, not thermite. There's a difference.
Yeah.
Thermate grenades. And I had set one on. I forget what the hell I'd set it on. Pulled the pin, set it down, walked away, and I was just far enough away to realize that somebody had a fucking Furby on the far end of the equipment. And I got to watch it slowly burn away. And that was creepy as hell. That was really creepy.
Yeah, they've got a bunch of infrastructure underneath because when my
They
daughters
do.
Yeah.
when my daughters were buying them, refurbishing them, and selling them, there was actually technical terms for it. If you take off the fur on the outside, it's like shucked, or no, peeled. And then if you take out the plastic that's underneath the fur, that's shucked. And at that point, you're down to this little creepy metallic cyber monster.
And if it's on the edge of the really hot thermate globe, it will it'll all burn away and it stares at you the entire time.
Yes.
Naked Furbies are the stuff of nightmares.
Yes, they are. Yeah, one day I wandered around the house and took pictures with my good camera and adjusted the lighting appropriately, and then put it up on my blog as a haunted post.
Kiss tape on a Teddy Ruffkin doll. Oh God.
Mhm.
Oh. Amateurs. My drivers on M3 Bradleys tend to be E4s. Or mine was an E4.
Miscreant E4s.
Oh, he went past miscreant into unindicted co-conspirator. He had actually burned the soundtrack from Behind the Green Door and had left it at CQ.
Yeah.
And somebody that had got I think a Teddy Ruxpin, something you put a tape in.
Yeah.
For his daughter, had grabbed it and the tape that was on the desk. And I had to prevent an aggravated assault the next day.
We had that as a test VCR tape or VHS tape back in the day with a Navy stock number on it.
This does not surprise me in the least.
And the Mormon mission commander, who didn't like anything but the Bible on the airplane, including NATOF, by the way, was less than happy to fly with our crew.
Can't get over it.
Yeah, well, we got him over it very quickly. We might have had a conversation with the skipper about him. And we had pictures.
So,
Oh yeah, Tom. First second, 30 seconds or more than human is used for jamming. Yes. Jamming is fun.
good initiative. I'm not sure about the execution. Good initiative on the execution.
No, it would work. It's you do a wide spectrum, and you cycle it through the spectrum.
Does anybody need a cat? Somebody out there needs a cat.
A possibly pregnant cat.
A probably pregnant cat. That little hoe was out all night last night. When Rita got home, she didn't. The Panda cat didn't show up for a can of food, and Rita was getting worried. So I got home at 9:30, and the Panda cat didn't show up. And I hate that I'm admitting this. When I let the dogs out at 3 a.m., I went and checked, and the Panda cat wasn't there. However, there were 3 Jodies hanging around the yard. 3 big ass male tomcats
Mm-hmm.
that need to bugger off. I'm pretty sure that these aren't actually feral cats. I'm pretty sure that folks in the neighborhood let their cats roam at night. And if I got to take the Panda cat in for a snip and strip, I'm going to snag all 3 of the males, and somebody's beloved pet is going to come back minus some plumbing and with a notched ear. But somebody needs his cat. Somebody needs his cat.
Tom says he is out there defending his cat's honor.
Not my cat.
Yeah, it is.
No, it's not.
You fed
You
it,
fed
it's
it.
yours.
I didn't.
It's yours.
Rita fed it. I didn't feed it. Rita fed it.
And you're stuck with
Not if I can find somebody to take it.
it.
Sorry, Ian, she's your hoe now.
Depend the cat.
Rick says that would be bad around me. We have cougars now.
Oh,
was
like
gonna
the
say-
wild animals?
Huh?
Right.
You're not.
We have cougars
You're
too,
not
but-
narrowing that down any. So somebody needs to own. Somebody out there needs a cat. They need to come. I'll arrange for this thing to be snipped and stripped, but y'all need to come get this cat.
I know the neighbors that live behind us let their cat roam.
Yeah.
And they actually keep her inside at night. But during the day, she runs around. But she's a nice old kitty. And I do mean old. She's probably 11 or 12.
Yeah.
This one's a small. She's a small little cat. She really is for
Well, I mean,
being a hoe. She's a
if
tiny little cat.
If she's a little bitty thing that caught her first litter before she had a chance to grow all the
Yeah.
way, she probably won't get very big.
Did
Yeah.
you hear that? She's a small cat. Y'all come get her.
But
He
yeah,
and the cat pimp.
having a litter, especially of 3 to 5 kittens, which I think was roughly what she had at first,
Yeah.
that if she did that before she was a year old, that'll stunt her growth. That, and she probably doesn't get consistent food, or didn't until you got involved.
I didn't get involved. That's a Rita thing.
Someone's cat. We just don't know whose yet.
Rita's got this lovely little Ruger 9mm PCC pistol caliber carbine. It's a sweet little rifle, really good little rifle. And it's got a pre-threaded muzzle. So I'm going to find myself probably a Huxworks silencer, Huxworks can. And once the ATF turns loose of it, so that what I paid for, I can actually pick up.
So like 2 years from now.
Minimum 1 year. Me and a cocky male coyote are about to have a come to Jesus meeting.
And possibly some squirrels.
9mm is a little rough on squirrels.
Nobody said anything about it being gentle on them.
Michael says, reminds me of the guy complaining coyotes had eaten his last 3 shelter
Yeah.
cats. Got offended when he was told it sounded like he was that he's sick for feeding shelter cats to coyotes.
Well, that's the thing. This idiot coyote, he's a cocky little shit. He comes through our neighborhood on the regular. When I leave the house at 6 a.m. unwillingly on weekends, and about once a month, he'll be sitting at the end of the street when I to leave the house at 6 a.m. And he's been over, we're pretty sure, at Cedar's house
Yeah.
Yeah.
We had the dogs going crazy around.
I
3
have
a.m.
not
one
seen him
morning.
over at my place.
because he's smarter than that.
You got a bunch of dogs over your way.
Well, he's got a bunch of geese over there, and geese recognize coyotes for what they are.
Yeah.
I don't have a bunch of geese. So this coyote, if I can get something real quiet, I think this coyote needs to go have a talk with his maker.
Yeah.
Because I've got little bitty dogs, and I have no particular desire to have a yodel dog jump the fence and snag one of my pups.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, the people who live next to us have a terrier that I think maybe crossed with dachshund and a dachshund, and they're only allowed out briefly under supervision. For one thing, they bark at everyone and everything.
Yeah.
I've learned their names and I talk to them, but they're still deeply suspicious of me.
Yeah.
We're pretty careful with the dogs.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the reason that this coyote's in wonderful neighborhood is we have a gray fox. When Rita and I were walking, a couple of times we spotted this gray fox ghosting us, and coyotes will hunt foxes. They're competitors for the same food, and coyotes are very efficient about knocking off the competition.
Yeah. Ben says geese are like iron crips to get rid of the bloods. Yeah, pretty much.
And
The problem is we got a bunch of them down at the lake in our
and the white van is buggered off.
yeah,
I
our
missed the
white van that was stealing the damn things is buggered off to somewhere.
Yeah. The funniest thing is Jim and I were going somewhere. I think we were headed somewhere for a hunt. And we stopped off at McDonald's and pulled into the lake to eat McDonald's. And we pulled in next to a friend of ours who's PD here in Iowa Park in his cruiser sitting at the lake and filling out a form. And as we're eating our breakfast, we look across the lake and there's a white van just slowly motoring up to and stops by some geese. And we're eating and watching, and the sliding free candy door opens up, and this axe handle whack grabs a goose, door slam, the van takes off. Now we're a bird sanctuary.
Yeah.
We are a state recognized bird sanctuary. Thou shalt not harm feathered things. Now I looked over at the cop and said, "Did you?" He said, "You didn't see a thing either." Apparently that white van, he took care of our mass indigent goose population.
Yeah.
For he was feeding a bunch of people.
And now they're back in spades.
Yeah, no kidding.
Talking about coyotes being in town, somebody mentioned they were in Cincinnati.
Oh,
They've got coyotes in New York City, for God's sakes.
Los Angeles, New York.
Yeah. And coyotes will crossbreed with wolves.
Coyotes are extremely adaptable. And
Yeah.
they, much like trash pandas and foxes for that matter, they don't mind cities. And when they are under pressure, they are sneaky little bastards. Not quite as sneaky as foxes. We rule on the sneaky part. But you won't see a family. They're a lot like leopards. You can have 20 little bastards living under your house. You won't know they're there until they want you to know they're there.
Yeah. Yeah, Rick, the problem is their winter range also includes our fucking lake down by the house.
And since it's a bloody bird sanctuary and nobody could touch the bloody geese, they were living there year round. And we had mass flocks of the buggers.
Yeah.
And Parks and Wildlife came in to Gordon Lake because they stocked it with sawguy one year. You'd be shocked to understand that there were none later.
Yeah.
And they started doing water testing to figure out why the fish they kept stocking at Gordon Lake were.
I can tell you because I'm now doing the water testing at Gordon Lake.
Apparently, the top 3 feet of the lake bottom is goose feces.
Yeah.
Well, I don't test for that, but I am testing for pH, which is high.
Yeah.
And dissolved oxygen, which is low.
Yeah.
And conductivity, which is high.
So it should be great for catfish.
Probably, yes. I know the last time I did it, because it's a once a month thing for what I'm doing with the Master Naturalists, I got there coincidentally at the same time there was a big fishing thing going on. They stocked the lake and then had a kids fishing
Yeah, they do that
event,
about once a year.
which was fun. But they were
Fish.
people are asking me, yeah, exactly, because people are asking me, so what you doing? And then when I was telling them, they're like, can you make it so we can catch fish? And I'm like, well,
Brian says youngest years ago looked out the window and saw 4 huge coyotes in the intersection. Refused to go out of the house without him being with her and armed.
mhm.
My friend up in Vermont, his son killed one 5 or 6 years ago, and it was probably around 80 pounds,
The
Yeah,
coyotes
which
don't.
is huge for a coyote.
which is huge for a coyote.
Okay. The
So he took it to the Wildlife and Fish,
Mm-hmm.
and they looked at it and said, can we do an autopsy on this?
Mm-hmm.
You're a coyote. Knock yourself out.
He said, sure, go ahead. He said, I just want the head back, the skull back. So they did a autopsy on it, and it was 48-52 coyote to wolf.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah, I know. I mean, we had coyotes. We had a coyote down at the end of the farm. The farm we had in New England was a long, narrow piece of
Yeah.
property, and went back a quarter of a mile or so down to the creek, and there was a coyote down there. That happened way back down there, and we didn't necessarily worry about that. Dad, we kept an eye on it, and we could tell when it was active. What we had issues with the stock were the stray dogs,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, no
which are
kidding.
worse than coyotes, in my opinion.
Oh, yeah.
No kidding.
Because
But-
people let their dogs roam and
Or think they're being kind and turn
Yeah.
set
Turn them out,
free, and
throw them out in the field. Yeah.
some poor innocent rural deputy has to go do the needful.
yeah.
Well, that's how I used to make money in high school, was shooting feral dogs
Mhm.
and cats.
Mm-hmm.
That's the.
A pack of dogs.
Yeah.
They'll kill for fun.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah. I'm not worried. This idiot coyote. I'm not worried about with people unless he gets
Mhm.
rabies. I'm a little concerned about dependent cat, because if dependent cat winds up missing, Rita will be upset, and that
Yeah.
will irritate me to
Oh,
no
there
end.
was there was a coyote that mauled 2-year-olds down in Dallas.
Yeah.
What's concerning me is Rita comes back from the Wichita on one of the farm to market roads
Mm-hmm.
that goes through part of Wichita, and there's been at least 2 nice-sized boar hogs hit by vehicles
Oh,
on
yeah.
that road.
Yeah.
Boar hogs in town make me nervous.
Yeah.
They really do. Boar hogs are. There was a report or a news report some years back.
Yeah.
Bunch of hogs on some lady's lawn in Houston,
Yeah.
inside city limits.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah. That was in Bellevue
Bellevue,
Mhm.
Yeah.
camped out on her lawn,
or
Yeah.
Bel Air.
and she went out and shook a broom at them, and the male took exception.
Yes.
Broom went one way, lady went the other, doing cartwheels in midair.
Yeah.
And thankfully, the neighbors came out and she
And shot
survived.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But then there was a hue and cry over firing guns in the city.
You're in
Yes.
Texas, get used to it.
Yeah.
Yes.
You should never fire a gun in the city. Tell the lady that was
Yeah.
getting stomped by a 200-pound boar.
Yeah. Hokkaido sandhill cranes. Yes. They do look like a cloud landing, especially going up I-5 north of Sacramento right after harvest. Those damn things are everywhere. I mean, every rice field is covered. Damn near everything is covered up there. And when they get up, it literally darkens the sky. There are so damn many of them.
Oh, James Anders, friend of ours, good guy. He is good old boy, salt of the earth. He does guided sandhill crane hunts. And one of these days, when I have the money, the time, and the rifle or the shotgun, I'm going to take him up on that.
Yeah.
Because I'm told sandhill crane's good eating.
Yep.
I don't know. I'm about to find out.
Yeah,
When-
Winkle Red. They did find one down here that had red wolf DNA in it. That was actually a little north of here, but it was definitely in the area.
Oh, up north of red.
Yeah.
We don't have a lot of red wolves
Yeah.
down in Texas. They're more up in Oklahoma. They hit the Red River and stopped for some reason. Who the hell knows?
He'll probably get caught in damn quicksand trying to get across the river.
Right? Well, the catfish drag them under.
Yeah. Well, folks, we've wasted another hour of your time today.
That was an interesting hour.
Yeah. it was
Radioactive bananas all the way to feral hogs.
even more off the rails than usual.
I
Of
don't-
course, the chat has a lot to do with
I
that.
don't know that we actually have a spectrum for off the rails. I think
Spectral whales.
Anyway, folks, yeah, time flew. Yeah.
27 people on 14 likes.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, 15 likes.
15 now.
I
Give
ha-
it-
Somebody else.
I
Give
has
it a
a sad.
minute.
I has a sad.
Someone will decide they like it.
Yeah. Anyway, folks, we do appreciate y'all putting up with us and listening to us. And we enjoy the comments in the chat, even if they do get a little spicy on occasion.
I'm sorry, guys. I'm at the point that it's really hard for me to see the chat anymore.
Greg, I will have words on the library anthology next Tuesday, one way or the other. Hopefully it will be out by then. I know you're in it and I know you want to see that name on the book. So we're working on it. Thanks all. And remember, be safe. Have a good weekend. Remember, don't pet the stuff. Don't sweat the petty stuff.
Be safe, guys.
We'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.
Don't close the window fully, Jim.
Just hit it.
Hit the embiggen